Tonight on Newswatch, a former Johnson bus driver was sentenced today for assaulting a student.
And the monarch population is in danger of extinction.
I've got your Cyclone Sports Report coming up.
I'll have your full weekend forecast. Newswatch starts now.
This is Newswatch 18.
Tonight on Newswatch, learn about how the monks have reached Iowa State.
Newswatch 18 starts now.
Welcome to this Thursday, March 31st edition of Newswatch. I'm Garrett Kroeger.
And I'm Jordyn Prince. Thanks for joining us.
A former Johnson bus driver was sentenced today for assaulting a student. Robert Scarborough pled guilty on February 18th. In the case, Scarborough was charged with assault causing injury and child endangerment last October. He was given a suspended sentence of 2 years probation with no contact order with any minor children, excluding his own. The no contact order is in effect until March of 2021.
Iowa State University researcher John Pleasance contributed to a study finding an 11 to 57% chance that the monarch butterfly could face Kasi extinction in the next 20 years. This means that so few individual monarchs would exist that their migrator patterns would collapse and the population likely wouldn't recover. Despite last year's increase in the population of monarchs, Pleasance says that this is because of last summer's favorable weather rather than a result of conservation efforts. ISU researchers will continue to work with farmers and livestock producers to incorporate monarch habitat into a variety of Iowa landscapes.
558 projects created by junior high and high school students from various regions in Iowa were presented today and will be presented tomorrow at Hilton Coliseum for the State Science and Technology Fair of Iowa. The admission is free to the public to view these projects. If you didn't get a chance to view some of them today, you can still view them tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. These projects were created by nearly 700 students, 30 of them being from Ames High School. These projects will all be scientific projects with lots of amounts of research and data. Their projects will be judged and about $60,000 worth of scholarships, awards, and prizes will be given.
Albert Pope will be coming to speak at the Sheeman Building in the Benton Auditorium Monday, April 4th at 5 p.m. This talk will be free and open to the public. Pope's talk keynotes address for the University Center of Excellence in the Arts and Humanities Symposium, What is the Urban? Pope is a nationwide speaker on the topics of contemporary city issues and urbanization. His presentation he will be speaking here at ISU is titled Airquakes, Climate Change, Ontology, and Urbanization.
The Monster is the newest addition to Altoona's, Iowa's Adventureland amusement park. Stretching 2,500 feet long, the Monster roller coaster will reach a top speed of 65 miles per hour. It will include a 133-foot vertical lift hill, followed by a 101-degree drop, steeper than any ride in Iowa. The 110-second ride will include 10 airtime moments, giving riders a feeling of weightlessness. The Monster's construction is on track to open in June.
2 Urbandale officers were caught in an act of kindness. The 2 officers saw 25-year-old William Alexander trying to use his debit card to scrape off frost off his car. The 2 officers then stopped, hopped out of their squad car, and helped Alexander scrape it off with a scraper so he could have a safe drive to work.
7-time award-winning country artist Carrie Underwood announced her return to Des Moines. This fall, her Storyteller Tour, Stories in the Round show will be at Wells Fargo Arena on October 7th. Tickets to the event go on sale April 8th at HybeeTix.com, participating Hy-Vee locations or the Wells Fargo box office. According to Underwood, her stage gives her a 360-degree view of the audience. She released her latest record, Storyteller, in October of 2015.
When we come back, we'll have the latest from around Iowa and the nation. Stay tuned, you're watching Newswatch.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Okay, so we drowned the fire,
Yep.
stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
Follow-up to a story we told on Tuesday. Officials have released the autopsy results of Lamont Walls, the Iowa man who died while in police custody. The Polk County Medical Examiner discovered and retrieved a plastic baggie containing 9 smaller plastic baggies with an unknown substance in Walls' stomach on Monday. The baggies were sent to the Division of Criminalistics Laboratory in Ankeny for further analysis. Results confirmed that the baggies contained heroin. The investigation so far has not revealed any foul play in Walls' death. The Polk County Medical Examiner's Office is waiting to release the final cause and manner of death pending the full toxicology results.
A Virginia man who shot a police officer at a Greyhound station earlier today has died. The Virginia State Police trooper suffered life-threatening injuries, according to officials. 2 other civilians were transported to the hospital for treatment. Their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. The identity of the civilians and the suspect have not yet been released. The Greyhound station is closed as it remains an active crime scene.
An airplane that was heading from Dallas-Fort Worth to Memphis, Tennessee had to make an unexpected stop to Little Rock, Arkansas on Wednesday. The plane expected immense amounts of turbulence, which caused a beverage cart to be lifted into the air and hit the ceiling of the jet. This led to 2 cabin crew members to be injured and had to be taken to the hospital. During this incident, passengers began to worry if the plane was going to crash or not, but they were reassured that the plane was safe and just experiencing some rough air. No other passengers on the plane were injured, but the 2 flight attendants that were taken to the hospital were later released.
Donald Trump walked back on statements he made Wednesday about women getting abortions. Trump said he believes there should be a punishment for women who undergo abortions if the procedure was outlawed. Hours later, his campaign released a statement saying that the doctor or person performing the abortion would be held legally responsible, not the woman. When asked what kind of punishment should be enacted, he said he didn't know, but that he was a pro-life. He was also asked if a man should bear responsibility for abortions as well, to which Trump said no.
California has become the first state to approve a statewide $15 an hour minimum wage. Both the state assembly and state senate passed the bill this afternoon. California's Governor Jerry Brown said he would sign it on Monday. The measure will raise the state's minimum wage to $10.50 in January and to $11 in January 2018. It will then increase by an additional $1 per hour each year until it reaches $15 in 2022. The final bill gives small businesses an extra year to implement the increases.
Grimes, Iowa was ranked number 4 on the top 10 happiest small towns in America according to Zippa.com. The rankings were based on education, employment rate, commute distance, cost of living, home ownership, poverty rate, and family status. Frontenac, Missouri claimed the number 1 spot on the list. And now we are joined at the desk by Matthew by Taylor Mankle.
Dude, I've known you
I'm
for so
sorry.
long. I'm Taylor Mankle here. I'm going to have some Cyclone sports right after this. Stay tuned to Newswatch.
El mensaje de texto típico te distrae del camino por casi 5 segundos. Evita textear, evita chocar. Aprende más en evitatextearevitachocar.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
she doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Taylor Mankle with your Cyclone Sports Report. The number 16 women's golf team is looming over one of the best seasons in school history. ISU has placed in the top 5 in 6 out of their 8 tournaments this year. They can make it 7 out of 9 this weekend as they compete at the Dallas Athletic Club /SMU Invitational. With 3 underclassmen ranked in the top 100, Iowa State can make some noise against Big 12 competition with 7 Big 12 teams competing in this tournament. Follow live scores at golfstat.com. And with the women in Dallas, the men's team will travel to Tempe, Arizona to compete in the Thunderbird Invitational Tournament. This weekend, the Clones are coming off a huge victory at the Desert Shootout with a first-place team finish. This week's invite features 3 teams ranked in the top 20 according to Golf Week, and competition will begin on Saturday at 9:30. Head to Golf Stats once again for live updates. The track and field team will compete tomorrow in Northern California, both at the Stanford Invitational and the San Francisco State Distance Carnival. The Clones are coming off a week off and are ready to compete this Friday and Saturday with the Gym Click Shootout upcoming this next weekend, with that being the last tune-up opportunity for all multi-event athletes. Live results can be found by following the Cyclone Track and Field's Twitter. And lastly, the Iowa State softball team played in a doubleheader yesterday against Indiana State. The first game started out tight with the Sycamores scoring 2 early runs in the top of the first, but Iowa State had the answer in the bottom of the opening inning with 2 runs of their own. But after such a hot start on the offensive end, the tide turned into a low-scoring bout as neither team could bring runners around. Iowa State ended 3 straight innings with at least 2 runners on base before finally scoring on a solo home run from Sally Wolbert to put Iowa State up 3-2. The Cyclones were able to hold on to their lead from there, taking the first game. The second game was not as good of a start for ISU as Indiana State jumped out to an early lead, but after some lightning delays, the game was finally called and went down in the books as incomplete. Iowa State plays next at home, opening up the Big 12 Conference season against Baylor this Friday. That's all I have for your Cyclone Sports Report. We're going to send it to Meredith with the weather.
It's looking pretty nice out there at a good 47 degrees, but I'll have your full weekend forecast coming right up. You're watching Newswatch.
El mensaje de texto típico te distrae del camino por casi 5 segundos. Evita textear. Evita chocar.
Verde, 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 es tu hogar, es tu ambiente. La prueba de ratón, la salud la protege. Hazlo verde, verde, verde.
El vivir verde es asegurarse que el aire en su hogar es saludable para su familia. Asegúrese de hacer una prueba de radón en su hogar. Es fácil. Para saber más, llame al 866-528-3187. Proteja la salud y el bienestar de su familia. Haga la prueba de radón en su hogar. Eso es vivir de manera saludable y verde.
La prueba de ratón, la salud la protege. Hazlo verde, verde, verde.
La prueba de radón es fácil. Solo llame al 866-528-3187.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
This is Meredith with the live weather report coming to you straight from Cyclone Sports Complex. It's kind of sprinkly, but I can see the sun through the clouds. Go Cyclones! That's right, go Cyclones. I'm Meredith, and this is your weather report. Oh, they spelled my name wrong. 47 degrees outside right now. The moon's out, and it's only a little cloudy. Not too bad. I bet if you stuck around long enough, you could see some stars. Today we hit a nice 53 degrees for our high, a low of 44, and as you can see, our normal is only 44, so it's great that we got our high up to a full 53 degrees. Looking at the current temperatures across the state, we're at 47 degrees here in Ames, not bad. A little bit warmer down here in the metro of Des Moines. Now Mason City's a little bit chillier up there at 39 degrees. Sioux City at 42, and Davenport at a nice 46 degrees. Now we're looking at tonight's lows. If you're going out to Mug Night, you might need a light jacket. It's only going to be 36 degrees here in Ames. Fort Dodge and Mason City a little bit chillier at 34 degrees. Sioux City also chillier at 33, and Davenport not too bad at 37. Now looking across the country, Billings up here a little bit chilly at 39 degrees, but not as chilly as Denver, 35 degrees. Seattle sitting at a nice 70 degrees, and Phoenix down here at 71. Now looking to the East Coast, we're at New York with a nice 59 degrees, and Miami down here 78 degrees. Not bad, Miami. Looking at tomorrow's highs for a nice spring day in Ames, we're going to be experiencing 46 degrees. Not bad. Mason City a little chillier at 42, Waterloo 44. Now Council Bluffs down here is going to get a nice 50 degrees. Des Moines in the metro back to 46. Now looking at a 7-day forecast, we have a beautiful weekend coming up for the opening of the Big 12 against Baylor. 49 degrees on Saturday and 66 degrees on Sunday. Beautiful. Now next week, not looking too bad. We got nice 50-degree weather. About a 30 and 20% chance of rain coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. Not much of a chance, but still there. And then Thursday, we're going to end with a nice 50 degrees and sunny. That's all I got for your weather forecast. Stay tuned to Newswatch.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
I will not be news today. I will not make headlines by going through a bad girl phase where I get that bad girl haircut where they shave just one side of your head. I'm Olivia Munn, and I will not be trending today because there's a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
We all know about the Disney tale of Snow White, but did you know she had a sister named Red Rose? Well, she does, and Rose is getting her own live-action Disney movie. The movie will be based on Rose going on a dangerous quest with the 7 dwarves to try and break the sleeping death curse put on Snow White.
In Florida, Phil Hendra got an unexpected surprise when visiting his father in Fort Myers. Hendra found a panther calmly sitting on the front porch of his father's house. Hendra told reporters that it stayed for about 20 minutes and laid down for a bit. It looked at us inside the window, then slowly walked away, and we have not seen it since. Hendra was even able to take a picture of the panther while it was sitting on their porch.
It seems as if things couldn't get any sweeter for Michaela Ulmer. Ulmer is an 11-year-old girl who pitched her lemonade business, Be Sweet, to the investors on Shark Tank last year. She got herself a $60,000 deal and attracted the attention of Whole Foods. Whole gave her a regional deal at the South by Southwest Festival. It was revealed that Ulmer scored a multi-million-dollar deal with United Natural Foods. Ulmer realized that she could give back with what she makes to a worthy cause, adding honey produced by local beekeepers. Ulmer has decided to donate 10% of her profits to saving the bees.
And that's all we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch.
Tune in next Tuesday for more news, weather, and sports. And of course, Ames Tonight.
For all of us here at ISU TV, have a great night, Ames.